Hello everybody, it's time for the March 2024 garden update. Not too much blooming here yet. Had a purple bearded iris bloom there. Wildlife starting to show up. Got a bearded iris here that's going to bloom. And I have planted some moss rose plants along the edge of this border. The herbs are coming along. The wildlife, ladies and gentlemen, the wildlife. And as you can see, the sun is getting higher in the sky because the side flower bed here is halfway sunshine now. These hollyhocks and mosquito plants are coming up and doing well. This little flower bed by the lean-to is in full bloom now. All the solar lights are working as well, but that's an ongoing series on getting the patio opened up, so that'll be included in that one. There's the ground cover. I've trimmed it up once already, doing its thing. The Turk's cap is starting to grow a little bit, so that's good to see. Here is the flower bed by my workshop. Got the usual planted in there, the begonias and the coleus. Here is this flower bed on the south side of the property. Got a few new things planted. Trying to get this mostly perennial. Got a bud on a bearded iris there. And this stuff's a winner. It's come back and stronger than it was last year, so that's wonderful to see. And there is a little sign of life from the firebush, so very happy to see that. More wildlife, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the cabbage and broccoli patch. Looking good. The lettuce is doing well. Got some bell peppers planted there. Here are my potatoes. Approximately 5 weeks after planting. And most of them came up, so very good to see that. Got some tomatoes planted now. And then here's how my onions are progressing. Another tomato. Tomato. Got some more of those big sunflowers coming up here. Then I had some extra potatoes, so I put them kind of through here. Got some asparagus about ready. Starting to let some of it go to fern as it's that time of year. But I will still enjoy quite a bit of it. And then more tomatoes. Got a few weeds to pull there in the middle. Here are some radishes. Looking very well. And then here's how my mustard, spinach, and lettuce is progressing. Even more wildlife. Here's the garlic. And I look from this side. Got some big Hass asparagus over here as well. 4 o'clocks are coming up, as well as the pokeweed. Here's a look at the main section of the garden. I've got some squash planted here amongst the marigolds. And then this entire row on the edge is pepper plants with marigolds. I have some cucumbers planted on this row. And then, as you can see, my beans are just starting to come up. These are pinto beans, these 2 rows here. Pintos, pintos. This is Blue Lake. In Blue Lake here. Then I forgot to show here. I've got 1 row of Blue Lake planted here. And some wax beans planted on this row. Not a heck of a lot blooming here. There's a white iris there. I have planted my zinnia seed up against the foundation like I had talked about in a video last year, I believe. And here's the highlight of the flower bed here, these St. Joseph lilies, which there's still quite a bit of bloom stalks that haven't opened yet, so these always make a nice show around Easter. Got some daylilies, some wildlife. Daffodils are done. Don't know if my seed pod's going to make it. The tropical plants are coming up pretty good. Here is the yellow flower bed. Interesting insects on there, probably detrimental to the plant, but we'll pretend we didn't see that. And not much going on here. I still need to abandon this flower bed, but I'm waiting on those spider lilies to die down. And here is a look at the front flower bed. These St. Joseph lilies here are getting ready to bloom. Still waiting on pentas to get to the garden center. This cluster of St. Joseph lilies are getting ready to bloom. The wild violets are blooming well. My zinnias are blooming well. And these chrysanthemums are growing out and looking pretty good. The unimus bushes need to be trimmed pretty soon, but they're looking pretty well. And then there's my new one I planted last year. Got that one from Fast Growing Trees. Those are getting hard to find. And here is hanging basket number 1. Looking pretty good. And here is hanging basket number 2. The same kind of flowers. And here is the flower bed on the north side of the property. A lot of stuff coming up and growing now. Gonna be a little bit before everything blooms, but it'll get there, I have hope. The lawn is beginning to come out of dormancy. There's the sprinkler head I fixed. Just got done mowing it, and here is a look at the main part of the front yard. Just starting to come out of dormancy over here as well. Here is the flower bed in the middle of the front yard. It's coming along, looking pretty good. Waiting on a few things to come out of dormancy. Got various salvia and zinnias and marigolds here. And then there's my amaryllis I started from seed about 10 to 12 years ago. Some iris getting ready to bloom here. And these St. Joseph lilies getting ready to bloom over here. Had some Dutch iris bloom this year. And then there's some good old standard bearded iris. And then also these I planted from seed a decade ago, and one's getting ready to bloom. Here's the flower bed by the mailbox. Still got the violas doing good, and then snapdragons and petunias in there. Makes for a nice look. Here's a look at the south side of the yard. I've been pulling some weeds back here. Gonna have to do a little leveling over here. That's no big deal. And here's an overall look at the backyard. Just coming out of dormancy. We'll fertilize it next month in April. But I'm gonna treat for some weeds and get all that tidied up first, and then we'll get on with the fertilizing. So once again, March 2024 garden update. Thank you for watching.